Hey everybody, welcome to The One-Off. I'm your host Adam Goldstein, and I know I've been behind a little bit lately, but I'm not going to be like all these YouTubers that apologize and explain themselves. So this week we're getting a little caught up on Stuttering John, and I know there's been a lot of goings on lately with his whole charity grift scam, whatever you want to call it, and I know everybody's talking about it, all the big shows. Some of the littler ones, I know like Steel Toe Morning Show has been talking about it. I know Shuli's been talking about it. Anthony's been talking about it. Chrissy Mayer. So it's just a really great time to be alive right now. So I want to say a special shout out to all my fans, everybody who's been asking about me, and everybody who's been liking the videos and commenting.
And you're special just because you're you.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get updates when new videos come out. So be sure to look out for my upcoming interview with Dr. Steve. I'm going to be sitting down for a great conversation with Dr. Steve. We're going to be talking about the state of the podcasting industry and a lot of the goings-on that have been happening on this corner of the internet. And I appreciate that. So don't forget to check out his show, Weird Medicine, on SiriusXM, or you can check out his Weird Medicine podcast. So without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to the world-famous Stuttering John podcast with your favorite world-famous host, Stuttering John.
Your favorite
Melendez.
360p host.
Just on the phone with my attorney. It looks like, yep, another lawsuit's coming.
The law is powerless to help you.
And
Another?
I don't care if the person doesn't think he's going to do anything about it. Well, please don't.
Stop with those fucking drugs. They're making your mind into mush.
So yes, Carl has said that he has received a cease and desist letter from John. Apparently he's got some kind of a free type of attorney that you get online that's paid for from some kind of legal fund. Honestly, getting a cease and desist letter is the smallest deal. It couldn't be any less of a big deal. It basically means nothing, and like Carl understands that this is nothing, and that people who really know how lawsuits work laugh when somebody gives them a cease and desist, that they know they've done nothing wrong. So it's even more pointless than if you get a real one for like doing something really wrong.
Become a Patreon member at patreon.com/Stuttering John, because
You can't even
that
remember
one was
it.
great. Oh, here's another one. Patty Freeburn, thanks for the $2.79. Can you donate this to the SJ Cancer Charity? Now, first of all, Pat,
It's called a scam.
I don't have a cancer charity. I asked for a link for some donations for a friend that everybody knows in this chat.
Oh my God. Somebody's donating money and you're getting cunty with them about it?
My mom happens to know this person personally and sent this person a check.
Why are you doing quotation marks? Is that to cover your ass because you're obviously lying? Could you honestly look at Stuttering John's body language and not realize that he is fucking lying?
So this person can pay for his or her spouse's chemo, which is $300 every chemo session, and now he's got to undergo 12 more.
Why do you need quotation marks for that? It sounds like you might as well just cross your fingers and put them behind your back. Because if you're really telling the truth, you look into the camera and you say, this is what the money is for. So Mersh and Royce from Revenge of the Cis, and Mersh has been doing it on Nightwave, they've been calling Stuttering John out for this cancer thing. And it's funny because when I talked about it, I didn't really think that much into it, but they pointed out, I didn't even realize that the way he's setting this up is illegal. So you see him backtracking a little bit now where he's kind of saying that it just sounds so messy, like somebody's going to donate him some money, he's going to add some money, and then, somebody's going to write a check, which that doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense to me.
It's not logical.
Why the secrecy? Why the cloak and dagger? Why would this person want to hide the fact that they are receiving chemo treatments? What are they, like, do they have the ego of Walter White? It's like SaveWalterWhite.com. Stuttering John, he's funneling the money through his PayPal, Dad. Sorry, that's supposed to be Junior from Breaking Bad. Sorry. Pretty much Jennifer Tilly is the only person that I can do an impression of.
And all these losers are you stole money, like Pockface, which I should sue him for. He's got no money left. He's burning through that money like fucking shit through a goose. But I would never steal any money. And this person who doesn't want
liar
the name to be mentioned, because let's just say this person has been doxxed and these trolls have done some irreparable damage
Why don't you do something with your life? Sit around here all day. You contribute nothing to society. You're just taking up space.
I'm one of the people who called you out. I didn't think too much of it. The more that other people took this apart and analyzed it, the more I realized, holy shit, there really is something there. And you know what, John? You'd be better right now to just keep your fucking mouth shut. This is not a good look for you. You trying to defend yourself is just making this so much worse. You know what, John? Nobody's gonna stop making fun of you for this. Like, this is a new low even for you.
This person has been doxxed, and these trolls have done some irreparable damage to her, he or him. I mean,
oh, it's a tranny?
He, him, her, I don't know.
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Oh, it's your daughter?
I will say, there is no fake charity. I was trying to do a nice thing because my motto in life has always been, I am here to help people.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I thought your motto was just send the money directly to my PayPal and fuck you, don't ask any questions. Cunt.
I am here to help people, because what else the fuck am I here for?
You know what, John? You sound about as convincing as OJ saying that he's going to devote his life to finding the real killers.
So, you know, who the fuck? These people are crazy.
Numbers are up because people like me heard about you on Why Do I Podcast. That's really Who Are These Podcasts. That's funny. Fill the drill. Okay, this person, they're definitely a WATP fan, but they know how to say things just enough where they can get through John's filter, so they got on his screen. I don't even know if he's smart enough to filter out the troll comments, but I doubt it. Okay, so anyways, we are not going to be doing a super deep dive into John's shit show this week. I'm going to be catching up. I'm going to be getting more caught up in future episodes, but we still have a couple more segments that are about John. I mean, they're super quick, but we are also going to be talking about some other things as well, so just wanted to let you guys know I'm not falling off the radar with what John's going through. I've just been kind of dealing with some personal stuff, and I've been taking a little bit of a step back as watching and chronicling John's life was starting to become a little like being a fan of the show Nip Tuck. I mean, it was like a very compelling, very dark, very interesting to watch show.
You must have been at the top of your fucking class.
But it just became sort of depressing after a while. There were times I had to just turn that show off because it made me too sad. So sometimes I have to take a step back because I'm kind of a pussy and I do feel empathy for John. But then I start to hear about what's been going on. I read a little bit of the rumblings and then that just totally goes away. So, okay, so Dr. Steve is going to be coming on my show soon, and we are going to be discussing the state of the podcasting community as well as just some of the goings on this corner of the internet, which includes Stuttering John, of course. And he's going to be giving his opinion on Stuttering John's state and how he's concerned about him. So we're going to be discussing that too. And I know I would like to just get a little bit of a preview. So let's check this out.
Yeah, Stuttering John wrote it for her, I'm sure. Like he did for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. And he gave me a signed shirt after the roast. I wrote for every comic up there. I said, you need anything, you come to me.
And Richard Lewis told him he was brilliant.
Richard Lewis told me I was brilliant.
Richard Lewis had to have been really high on cocaine that day.
God.
He compared himself to Lenny Bruce. And
he compared himself to Lenny Bruce. People say I'm like Chevy Chase, but I'm more like Lenny Bruce. Oh, how do you...
He was a stutter, Lenny Bruce? I don't remember.
Yeah. Lenny Bruce was a stutterer and a hack and bombed everywhere he went. And, oh, God.
I'm only here to help John if he ever wants help. I'm done with the Stuttering John, bashing.
Bash fest. I get you. I know what's going on there.
He's a class act. Dr. Steve.
He is.
Dr. Steve really is. This guy is way, way too nice to Stuttering John. He's been so nice to him. He was extending an olive branch to John, and all John wanted to do is slap it away so that he could grandstand and act self-righteous for a few minutes. Anybody who knows anything about Dr. Steve, this guy is universally respected and liked for good reason because he's always been loyal. He's been nothing but good to the people who've helped him out. He's a good guy to know. It's just so stupid. It's just a microcosm of how John burns bridges and destroys relationships with people who would genuinely care about him. If he just wasn't such a jerk.
I went down I went down a pathway I shouldn't have gone down, and so I'm getting some serious sort of Lady Di vibes there, and I would help him if he wanted help.
All right.
Stuttering John?
Yeah, he needs some help. What about the Opster? Is he fair game?
I thought that Kevin was friends with Stuttering John. Honestly, I remember back, I think it was episode 7 of The Pylon, Stuttering John, the thin-skinned jerk. I think the last segment of that episode, I was making fun of Kevin Brennan's podcast, where him and Stuttering John were talking shit about Chrissy Mayer. So it's no secret that Kevin Brennan and Chrissy Mayer had some bad blood. I think they patched it up now. But it's just kind of weird because it seems like Kevin now is, definitely somebody. Another bridge. It's so ironic because he had the Burning Bridges show. He's the guy who's supposed to alienate everyone else. And it sounds like he's been alienated by John. I still can't believe that Jim Norton is still friends with Stuttering John. I can't believe Stuttering John hasn't done something to piss him off. I was saying to myself, it's all fun and games now. John is just the perfect fool. It's fun to make fun of him. He is just so plentiful when it comes to generating content. That's great to make fun of and to goof on. But is it going to be funny a year from now if John's in a wheelchair? You really have to stop and think about that because that's not the type of thing that's going to happen gradually. He's obviously declining. His mental state's declining. It looks like his situation in life isn't improving. It's definitely getting worse. He's having to get rid of that condo. He probably needs the money for more basic things and living expenses. The fact that he was even able to stay in Los Angeles probably shows that maybe he's at least a couple of clicks away from being homeless or having serious, transient people problems. Anyways,
you stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
Go back a year, 2, 3 years. He looks like he used to, even a few years ago, he used to look kind of normal. So I think Dr. Steve is somebody that's probably looking at him the way a doctor would look at him. I think that Dr. Steve is taking a hard, objective look at John. He can have the capacity, like the rest of us, to laugh at the guy and to just roll your eyes and say, oh my God, can you believe this dude? But at the same time, I think he's got a little bit of a moral feeling of, you know what? Like if I were a doctor and this guy came into my office, I would have to sit down and I would have to really advocate for him. I'd have to really try hard to let him know I'm just babbling on and on.
I think I get the point.
Anyways, Dr. Steve is a great guy. He's a great doctor. And this is what a great doctor would do if you were Stuttering John and you walked into his office. But let's see if Anthony agrees.
What about the Opster? Is he fair game?
No,
So Dr. Steve is still friends with Opie, and I think he wants to be loyal to the guy and not trash him. And I think he's probably concerned about him, but at the same time, I think that's really cool that he's the type of guy that stands by his friends and doesn't throw them under the bus.
No, I'm
teasing.
Everybody's fair game.
I'm teasing, of course.
This is
these
United States of America. Anybody can say.
Yeah.
You're genuinely worried about Stuttering John?
I'm worried about him, but then that makes him mad.
What, you don't believe him, Kevin?
Right. So what I'm saying is that I would help him, and I shouldn't be in the.
Kevin thinks that Dr. Steve is concerned trolling him right now. I'm pretty sure that might be against the Hippocratic Oath.
What I'm saying is that I would help him, and I shouldn't be in a position where I'm shitting,
shitting on him while offering to help.
Even as lighthearted.
That would be kind of hilarious, though.
Things I said.
Of course.
They were very lighthearted.
I, on the other hand, will not help him. He posted something today on Twitter saying I was a pedophile. What else was it? It was pretty funny, actually.
So basically, what was he doing? Telling it like it is?
That my mother. I need mental help because my mother and father were both drunks. My mother was a go-go dancer, and my father. But everything he mentioned in this tweet was everything I talked about on the air. I've talked about it on the air over the course of the years. Every single thing. You got it?
That's how I knew about it.
Here it is. Anthony Cumia is a known racist, pedophile, and arrested for domestic violence.
Gotcha.
2 drunk parents. Mama go dancer. Dad even had him take a 2-week bus ride at the age of 10 so he could use the plane money on booze.
Okay, so what Anthony's saying here is that Stuttering John did his research for once in his life.
First of all, I was 16.
Yeah,
and my
so
brother was 17.
Buzz? How old was Buzz?
Buzz. I was 13 at that time, and Buzz was 19.
She was 19
when we had sex.
Never mind.
She was 19.
Yeah. She was 19. I was 13. But it was fucking 1970 whatever. When was I 13?
Still around. My son's.
You're still not a pedophile if she was 19.
And that doesn't make me a pedophile. It makes her a fucking pedophile. The racist thing, I'm not going to touch. Arrested for domestic violence? Of course I was. It was all horse shit. And
it wasn't my fault, I swear to God!
Was settled out.
Was framed.
I was framed, yeah, see? Lousy screw.
Can I just give my quick 2 cents as somebody that was pretty much around since before our Opie and Anthony days? I was part of the Opie and Anthony subreddit. I definitely was down with the whole Feed Nana campaign, and I thought that was the most hilarious shit ever.
Hey, Brother Joe, Sue and the folks down at the Big Apple Ranch want me to remind you to feed Nana. God, I hope this is not a message to a drug cartel using some sort of code. Anyways, remember to feed Nana. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to take a big parcel of cocaine and put it inside of a lady's belly and then send her across the border. I mean simply to feed Nana. You know what I mean, and I know that you know what I mean. I'm Norm MacDonald.
But I honestly do empathize with Anthony with the whole thing with the girl. He made a bunch of mistakes. He shouldn't have had that girl around. She was trying to fuck with him, trying to trigger him, trying to set him up, but he took the fucking bait, and he should have just kicked her ass out of that house. He should have had Dawn and Joe and Keith come over to witness him kicking her out. He should have given her like a day to come and pick up her shit, and he should have covered his ass. And the way he went about things, I don't think he did himself any favors, and that's at the very least. And I don't know exactly what happened there, but yeah, it just, none of that situation makes Anthony look good. But the fact that Stuttering John is going after this, I think, is ridiculous, because as a lot of other people have pointed out, Stuttering John promised that he was going to basically expunge Anthony's record for these charges when he became a U.S. Senator. Stuttering John once thought he was going to get elected to Congress.
My mom being drunk? No, my dad was drunk. My mom,
she
she had drinks. We always laughed when she would get drunk at like Christmas at the relatives and stuff, get a few in her.
And she always laughed when the two of you would smoke crack together. Anthony, just, you don't have to defend yourself, dude. It's okay. Fuck Stuttering John. You're way better than he is. Whatever anybody wants to say about you, feed Nana or no feed Nana, fuck Stuttering John. You don't even have to defend yourself against this guy. He's a million times the cringe lord that you could ever be. So don't worry about it. Don't be defensive. Dude, you're good. Okay, so I'm not going to pretend that I'm a saint, because on one of my recent episodes that I uploaded, I made a little joke that I fucked Stuttering John's dead baby up the ass.
From that dumpster baby.
I mean, in my defense, I was really drunk and really high and really tired. I was on vacation. I just had a long night. So I'm no saint, believe me. I'm not pearl clutching, but Stuttering John, the family man, is making fun of Anthony's dead mother.
He got most of it wrong. Some of it is right, but I've talked about it. What is he talking about? Anyway, Dr. Steve, you can take this, put it in his file that you have to help him.
Dr. Steve is right here about some of it being actionable. I mean, you calling someone a pedophile on Twitter, yeah. You better, if you're going to come out there and really accuse someone and say that they're a pedophile, you know, it's not like Anthony is Joe Biden or something like that. It's not like there's video of him sniffing like 5-year-old boys' hair and trying to kiss them and doing just really, really evil, dark, like child fucker shit. You got to be really careful, because for you to use that word, especially where it's in print and it's tweeting, you're putting it out there in the zeitgeist that somebody fucks children. That's you had better have some evidence. You'd better have some cold hard evidence, because they can absolutely sue you for defamation. If there's anything I could think of that they could sue you for, slander, libel, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I am smart. I am smart. I figure things out.
Yeah, I would think that is really stupid. And if John was still talking to Michael Popak, I'm pretty sure Michael Popak would call him and tell him, John, you need to take this fucking tweet down.
You could file that away under...
You could pedophile it away. Get it?
Some of it is right, but I've talked about it. What is he talking about? Anyway, Dr. Steve, you can take this, put it in his file that you have to help him. You could file that away under raving fucking lunatic.
If he calls you, can you live stream it?
I know.
Can you live stream your conversations with it?
No, I know. Dr. Steve, you are such a stand-up guy. I don't know one person that hasn't consulted with Steve about something. You know, when you're a doctor, that's what it is. It seems like, and a lot of doctors get pissed off, and it's intrusive on them, and I could see that. Yeah. But Dr. Steve's a great guy. He will listen to you and give you some really good advice.
And now I know if I shove something on my ass, I'm gonna go right to him first.
I didn't do that.
Can E-Rock shove the 12-inch can up his ass? No!
He could shove a 12-inch can of Dinty Moore stew in his mouth. For that one. Dinty Moore stew. Dinty Moore.
That's going to be in Stuttering John's next tweet about you.
He's goofing on Dinty Moore.
God, I haven't thought about Dinty Moore stew.
Dinty Moore beef stew.
Okay, so I know that's a lot of the Anthony Cumia show, but we're going to watch some of the Dabblers calling in and to see what they say to Anthony.
We'll take a few calls about Stut Joe, and then we'll move on to our next fucking victim. Tony, what's up, Tony?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, good. Could I grab another? Yes.
So before I get to what I was going to ask, I'm with you. I've been editing these videos of his comments out of context, and there's times where I literally can't believe it's a real person. It's unbelievable.
He's incredibly dumb is what it is. This is a dumb person that is putting himself out there so everyone could see how stupid he is. That's really all you're seeing is an incredibly dumb person trying to communicate. Fascinating, really.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's Stuttering John's diary. If you ever feel like checking it out, I make him say some horrible stuff. Well, more horrible than what he usually says. But all
right.
I was going to ask you, do you think he's legitimately trying to scam people, or do you think he's just too stupid to know, like, he's either getting ripped off or this is illegal?
No, I think he's trying to scam people. I think he knows he's hurting for cash, this guy. Just dying for cash. You hear it's like, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the $2 final super chat. And you're like, how is this guy living? He lives in some shithole apartment. He's got a wife and kids, 3 kids and a wife to support. He's got nothing. The guy's got no future prospects whatsoever.
I got nothing.
So he probably was like,
ouch.
Somehow got this idea in his head that if he maybe says that it's going to go to some cause that more people will throw into the till, and since it's his personal account, there'll be no real accounting of who. He never expected, people to actually catch on and go, oh, that's what you're doing, really?
They laughed at you.
John's like one of those people who thinks that Bitcoin is still untraceable. Fucking Dread Pirate Melendez over here.
Personal account, there'll be no real accounting of who. He never expected, people to actually catch on and go, oh, that's what you're doing, really? Which is part of him being an idiot, not realizing people will catch on.
I think you're probably right, because not only has he said he can't steal because he has OCD, he has literally said he can't tell a lie because he has OCD.
He cannot tell a lie.
That's one of the things I didn't have to edit out of context.
I'm surprised that the Stuttering John's diary guy doesn't realize that, yes, Stuttering John is absolutely stealing this money. I don't think that anybody that knows this guy really is giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Do you know there are certain OCDs where all you do is lie and steal? Like kleptomania, there are kleptomaniacs that have it because of their OCD. There are gamblers.
That's going to be a tough break.
People that can't stop gambling because of a certain OCD.
I wonder if there are any poker players with OCD that can't stop shoving with 2-7 offsuit, and every time they just get called and they fucking lose. That's got to be the worst type of gambling OCD.
So OCD is the worst excuse you could have for telling someone this is why I'm incapable of lying or stealing. But it's, again, greatest stupid character that isn't a character ever.
I think one of the biggest signs that somebody's lying is when they're explaining themselves to you, like they have to. I feel like most normal people who have an absurd allegation hurled at them would simply ignore it. You know, you ever hear in movies or whenever people get accused of something and they say that's so ridiculous, I'm not even going to dignify it by responding to it. Stuttering John will just deny. He thinks that that helps. There's a point to which, or there's a way, like...
I'm a babbling idiot.
If you do it too much, if you lay it on a little too thick, or if you do it too pervasively, there's a point at which it starts to backfire. It starts to make you sound quite guilty.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Dumbass.
Oh, I've talked with this guy. I don't know if it's John or not.
Is John.
I have interacted with Dumbass. Let me just say right now, I really don't think this is John. I don't. I think there's somebody that hates the WATP trolls. I think he's probably affiliated with John. I don't think that this is actually John, though.
You did such an awesome job in that interview, even though she was trolling a little bit. You told the truth and the haters hate it. Then John didn't change and said, thanks. I thought I did all right. Thanks for watching and supporting my podcast under Dumbass.
Okay, here's the thing, though. If this person is trolling John in the first line and trying to set it up so that it seems like... It seems to me like this guy is actually pretending. He wants people to think that he's John, but I don't think that he is John. That would be clever. Think about it, though. What's to stop somebody from doing this? Because John's done this before. But I don't know if... I just think it's more likely that somebody is doing this to just further embarrass John. I think it's hilarious, but I've talked with this dumbass person before, and they... yeah, I don't know. I got a really weird vibe from them. I definitely thought something was up, but I think it's either a friend of John's or it's somebody that's, like, being a double agent and just, like, triple cross and trolling everybody. So if you're like me and you rely on Delta 8 cannabis, you will appreciate CBDX. CBDX is a great company that makes Delta 8 products that can get shipped directly to your house. You can visit my link at cbdx.com/AdamGoldsteinComedy or just enter my code AdamGoldsteinComedy to get 20% off not just your first, but every purchase. So that's cbdx.com/AdamGoldsteinComedy.
Visit AdamGoldsteinTV.com for updates, merchandise, exclusive content, and more.
Ooh, la la, shake it like you just don't care. Shake it like you just got out of jail. Shake it like you just made bail.
Okay guys, so it is now time to make fun of Hal Sparks making fun of somebody else. So you know what? Serves him right.
We can't have these electronic voting machines.
Don't you understand? There are lizard people eating baby milkshakes in Area 51. How did you not...
I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay.
That's not what he said, Hal. You know what? I wouldn't even call that taking it out of context. You know what, Hal? You were just straight up misquoting him. So everybody look out for hilarious, wise-ass Mr. Hal Sparks. He is just going to cut you up. Guys, you don't want to be on Hal's screen. Almost as bad as being up on Red Bar's screen. This guy's like the new Red Bar. The way he just rips everybody. Ugh. All the pretend laughter.
I can't.
It's so over the top.
This was all happening.
Now let's hear your fake laugh.
I've seen this guy react to people that he doesn't like, and he doesn't find them funny. He just doesn't like them, so he's trying to do the whole, oh, I'm laughing, this guy's such a clown. But it's fake every fucking time. Fake. This is so friggin' fake. First of all, let's watch it again. Second of all, we're going to watch it again in slow-mo, so.
I can't, because this was all happening. I can't, because this was all happening. Can you imagine being the guy in line behind him at Hardee's, not realizing what's going on, and you can't get out of the drive-thru thing, and you just... Is that the Mike Pillow guy?
Dad!
Laugh. 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 So Mike Pillow is Hal's name for him. But first of all, okay, that is the fakest laugh routine. I'm not even going to provide commentary. I'm just going to laugh like I'm pissing my pants laughing. I understand Mike Pillow. I'm calling him Mike Pillow now. I understand Mike Lindell is a little bit of a goofball, but look at what the guy's done. He built a company. You know, the guy used to be a fucking crackhead, and now he builds companies. Look at your boy Stuttering John, your best friend Stuttering John, used to be the announcer on The Tonight Show, and now he's a crackhead. He's like a reverse Mike Pillow guy. Like, this guy, whatever you want to say about him, look at him. He's wearing a suit. He looks nice. He looks like he's off the crack. Good for him. This guy's bettered his life. He may not be perfect, but Stuttering John's going downward in the opposite direction. I don't know if Hal gives a shit about any of Stuttering John's crimes that have been well documented, but at the very least, the guy's definitely guilty of burying his head in the sand. And what's with these friggin' sound effects that he's putting on there? He's doing like Opie level editing of his videos, like very minimal editing. But I do like the way he has his scenes set up in the OBS or whatever program he's using. It actually looks pretty good. I think he's worked it out. I like the blue background. It's good for him. See, I gave Hal a compliment. I'm trying to be fair, guys.
Because you know, this is true. This is so true.
What? What's true? Oh my God.
I'm gonna die.
This sounds very gay.
Maybe he finally smoked pot. That wouldn't be, you know what? I wouldn't be that surprised if I found out that Hal actually started smoking weed to sort of, you know, have his lifestyle coincide with his long, girly, rock and roll, cool dude, long hairstyle.
Such a cool guy.
People actually watch this show.
We gotta get through this. This is fucking, I'm only like 20 minutes into this shit. It's an hour long.
Yeah, and there's nothing funny about this.
It stinks.
Okay, so I wanted to get a little caught up with the Opie radio channel on YouTube, and I really do enjoy watching Opie's shorts. I think it's smart. Well, I don't know if I'd say it's smart because it's not really helping him at all, but it definitely makes me want to watch his videos more. And the thing I love the most is the thumbnails. This one, very surprised that Jim Norton and Anthony didn't go for it. How Opie found out who his real friends are. Oh, Jesus, he's really not, he's not being very subtle with these. It's time to hate. Most of my hate comes from Anthony. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. Let me tell you what's pathetic. Is that his new show? These ones don't have thumbnails yet. Opie interviews Phil Collins. Oh, that's whatever. And I never saw Tracy Morgan again. We're going to have to watch a couple of these at least. I'm trying to figure out what the hell Opie's trying to do. It's like, I don't know. It's like trying to look into the mind of a child. Just why ask why? You know, nothing really makes any sense. There doesn't have to be a reason for anything. The meaning of life. Yeah, I'm sure Opie, that's probably something that he knows a lot about. And you know what? This doesn't look so bad in black and white, honestly.
There's a lot of people that will suck up to you because you could do a lot for them when you run a big radio show. When you lose the big seat, you find out who your real friends are. There's a lot of people that will suck up to you because you could do a lot for them when you run a big radio show. You could sell them a lot of fucking tickets. You could promote their movies and TV shows. And a lot of these people, they will act like there's a friendship there. And then you lose the big seat and you realize, oh, they were kissing my ass because I sat in the big seat. Now I get it.
Why wouldn't you realize that immediately? Why did that have to be, like, revealed to you? Why would you really think these people are your fucking friends? They are not anybody's friends. All these people, they're just trying to promote their careers.
Now I get it.
Yeah, well, you're a genius, Opie.
He's a gaslighting, projecting, I would say racist. That I don't want.
That was wow, that escalated quickly. He's an insufferable, self-absorbed child molester. Just racist. It's like, holy shit. I mean, he's not wrong. Is he? Is he wrong?
I would say racist.
You're a 2-bit sauerkraut sandwich with extra hot fudge. Anthony Cumia, you're a jerk. You're a stupid woman strangling pedophile who fucked Sue Lightning.
That I don't want anything to do with. So let him spew his garbage all day long. Cumia destroyed you yesterday. Good for him. I hope it fills a void in his stupid soul.
Oh, Opie is so triggered here. Oh, just, you know what? Good for you. Oh, that is just so telling. Just that instant reaction where I swear to God, man, this is the good thing. At least when you're responding on Twitter, you have the option to just look away. Or maybe just, you can read it, you can stew for like 5 minutes, and then maybe in 5 minutes, you're like, you know what, I'm not even going to respond to it. I do that all the time, where I think I'm going to fire off a response, and then I just go, nope. I just go, you know what, fuck it, it's not even worth my time. And I forget about it like instantly. But Opie, that's the problem. And I'm not even saying it's exclusive to Opie, but that's one of the reasons, like, I feel like live streaming is not all it's cracked up to be, because you got to deal with those kind of people in real time. You've got to make a quick snap decision. Am I going to engage or am I going to ignore it? And if you make the wrong decision, it's like, oh shit, you really can't fix it after the fact. So this is something that I just had to talk about as somebody that used to frequent the Opie and Anthony subreddit back in the day. This guy has been a big enemy of the Opie and Anthony subreddit and the Opie and Anthony forums, and basically is the reason why the forum got shut down. So this guy is probably one of the biggest cunts, one of the biggest assholes ever. So I do not advocate for the swatting of anybody, but I think that this is hilarious. If there's anybody who deserves it, it is Fatrick Tomlinson. So we are going to watch the news clip of Fatrick getting swatted at his home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee police descended on Patrick Tomlinson's East Side home at 1 in the morning 3 weeks ago, guns drawn, after a call from someone claiming to be Tomlinson.
Said they were me, used my name, used this address, said that I had just killed my wife. Come get me.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, what a terrible thing. They shouldn't have done that. That's not nice, guys. Not cool.
Said that I had just killed my wife and come get me. And they did.
The security video shows Tomlinson.
Good.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
That's awesome. One less piece of garbage on the street.
The security video shows Tomlinson handcuffed outside in his bathrobe as police search his home. Come to find out, it was all a hoax, a dangerous prank known as swatting.
Something that would trigger a very active, very energetic, guns drawn kind of response.
Milwaukee police confirmed the false call to that home. Tomlinson says that's the third false report or swatting call to his home. He says it happened again a fourth time last week.
It was 6 uniformed Milwaukee police officers banging on our door. We've gotten a fake phone call from the people who've been stalking us for almost 4 years.
By the way, shout out to ONA forums and everybody from the Opie and Anthony subreddit. Feed Nana.
Tomlinson says an online comment he made about a comedian 4 years ago is what originally made him the target of relentless online attacks.
And it's not just the swatting incidents.
Oh, no. The swatting incidents are the most recent and by far the most dangerous.
He believes it's neither his outspoken political views online nor his science fiction writing.
Which totally sucks. And this guy is a complete cringe lord. He threatens to sue everybody. I'm going to cover this guy a lot more, so we're going to talk about him a little bit more, but I'm just scratching the surface. So if you feel bad for this guy, don't. He's the type of person that goes after other people. He would swat somebody in a second. He's being all Eddie Haskell and acting like the victim here. But this guy is a fucking cunt and a piece of shit. He blocked me on Twitter for goofing on him. I forget what it was. He was making fun of some comedian, and I think it was Louis C.K., and I defended Louis C.K., and this guy called me a child, which that's like his thing. That's his like catchphrase, and he says that to everybody. This guy is a cunt. He's a cunt.
Hello, fans. I'm Fatrick Tomlinson. Most of you know me as a fat faggot with bitch tits. But even fewer of you know me as a piece of shit who abandoned his own daughter.
Wow, this guy's pretty hard on himself. I mean, the video looks pretty realistic. It sounds realistic. It sounds like him. It looks like him. I mean, it doesn't look like it was doctored in any way. Wow. Wow, I didn't realize this guy had such a low opinion of himself.
I did this because a much bigger, stronger man took my pregnant wife away from me right under my nose. When I say right under my nose, I mean it literally. It happened right in front of me. Here's a picture to prove it. This right here was my wife. We had been married for years at this point. That was until she met this handsome rascal with a Pringles can-sized cock.
What's so funny?
You are, you stupid dick.
Pringles can? That's got to be rough. I thought he was a jerk, but you know what? I mean, that... I don't know. He sounds pretty fucking pathetic. Let's continue.
I pretend to be mad about this, but I'm actually happy it happened. Because now I'm free to pursue my dream of writing embarrassingly bad science fiction novels that absolutely no one reads. This is mainly because I have zero talent for writing.
He's not respected.
Well, what is this guy? It's like he has no self-esteem whatsoever. I mean, maybe I had this guy figured out all wrong. It seemed like in the other video when he was talking about, sending people to jail, he seemed a little defiant. He seemed very unpleasant, but now it seems like he's just taking everything out on himself.
But also, instead of working hard and trying to create something of at least minimal value, I spend most of my time tweeting generic left-wing political hot takes that only the most brain-dead dregs of society care about. I am on Twitter, literally, all day long. I see it as a battleground, a current-day Omaha Beach. So-called World War II veterans have nothing on me. I win this battle by blocking anyone who remotely disagrees with me.
This guy is very similar in a lot of ways to Tom Myers, the guy that, Cumtown made fun of him. WATP has done a lot of segments on him. I think I might have made fun of him a couple times. But this guy and Tom Myers should fucking get together and do a podcast. I mean, I feel like Tom Myers is much more likable than this guy. But I'm starting to feel bad for him. I mean, this guy's really down on himself.
I win this battle by blocking anyone who remotely disagrees with me, but not before calling them child. It's the modern equivalent of scalping Nazis.
Let me just say, I can personally say that Fatrick has not only blocked me, but he has called me child. He told me, stick together, child. I think at the time I might have had a Getter account. I probably had a link to my Getter account. So hey guys, thank you so much for watching this week. Don't forget to check us out on the web at adamgoldsteintv.com, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get updates when new videos come out. You can also check out our sponsor at cbdx.com/AdamGoldsteinComedy. You can use my code AdamGoldsteinComedy to get 20% off of every purchase. I'm talking about real Delta 8 cannabis that gets you high, can get shipped to your house discreetly, and is legal in all 50 states. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Adam Goldstein, and you're watching The One-Off. See you guys next time.
Visit AdamGoldsteinTV.com for updates, merchandise, exclusive content, and more.
Ooh, la la, shake it like you just don't care. Shake it like you just got out of jail. Shake it like you just made bail.